Have you ever encountered someone who steps into a space and immediately captures everyone's attention, not because they are noisy, showy, or desperately seeking the spotlight, but because there is something about them that feels naturally magnetic? That is silent attractiveness. It is not about being the focal point of every gathering. It is about commanding genuine respect and deep admiration without needing to say much. It is a kind of energy, peaceful, composed, and deeply self-assured, that draws people toward you in a completely natural way. Being silently attractive does not demand perfect physical features or dramatic displays. It comes from the way you carry your body, the way you treat the people around you, and how comfortable you feel within your own skin. It is about developing habits that speak far louder than any words ever could, habits that project confidence, kindness, and self-respect without ever pushing for recognition. And here is what makes this truly remarkable. You do not have to transform into a different person to develop this kind of presence. You simply need to become more aligned with the finest version of yourself. In this episode, we are going to uncover 11 socially attractive habits inspired by the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. These are not tricks or temporary shortcuts. They are timeless principles that help you build inner strength, emotional intelligence, and a quiet confidence that causes people to respect and admire you without any deliberate effort on your part. We are talking about embracing independence, mastering silent elegance, developing wisdom, and becoming someone whose very presence leaves a meaningful and lasting impression. By the time we reach the end, you will understand that true attractiveness is not something you chase after. It is something you cultivate from deep within. It is quiet. It is steady. And once you master it, you will witness how transformative it can be, not just in how the world sees you, but in how you see yourself. So let us begin, because becoming silently attractive is not about making noise. It is about making an impact without ever needing to raise your voice. The first habit is to embrace your authentic independence. There is a certain unmistakable power in people who do not need others to validate their value, a quiet strength that is simply impossible to ignore. Authentic independence is not about isolating yourself or proving that you require nothing from anyone. It is about living life according to your own terms, being guided by your personal values, and discovering fulfillment in who you are rather than in how other people perceive you. This kind of independence is magnetic because it sends a clear, unspoken signal to everyone around you. I respect myself, and I do not need outside approval to feel whole and complete. People are naturally attracted to those who stand firm in their individuality. In a world where so many are caught in cycles of comparison and constant approval seeking, authentic independence is rare. It is refreshing. It is genuinely inspiring. When you are truly independent, you are not trying to outpace anyone else. You are focused entirely on your own path, your own growth, and that quiet, purposeful focus communicates more than any words ever could. You do not have to tell people you are confident. They will sense it. You do not have to announce that you are in control of your life. It will show in the relaxed way you carry yourself, in your calm and steady presence, and in your unshakable composure. But let us be honest about something. Independence is not easy. It means trusting yourself when nobody is cheering you on. It means standing by your decisions even when they are unpopular. It is about learning to genuinely enjoy your own company, not because you are avoiding others, but because you have found real peace within yourself. And when you arrive at that point, when you no longer need external noise to feel complete, you naturally become someone that others deeply respect, admire, and are quietly drawn toward. Authentic independence is the opposite of arrogance. It does not say, "I do not need anyone." Instead, it communicates, "I am strong enough on my own," and that is precisely why I can form truly meaningful connections with others. It is about being whole, so that your relationships are grounded in mutual respect rather than neediness. And that is what makes it so profoundly attractive. It is grounded, balanced, and quietly powerful. To develop this habit, begin by reflecting honestly on your values. Ask yourself whether you are living according to what truly matters to you, or whether you are being driven by outside expectations. Independence begins the moment you start making choices that align with your inner compass rather than external pressures. Spend time alone, not out of loneliness, but to reconnect with who you actually are. Whether that means taking a walk, journaling, or simply sitting in quiet stillness, those moments strengthen your foundation. When you cultivate authentic independence, you do not need to pursue attention. It finds you. People will notice the calm confidence in your presence, the quiet certainty in your actions, and the unwavering strength in your character. You will not need to be the loudest voice in any room to be noticed and respected. You will earn admiration because you have built a life that truly reflects who you are, and that is something rare and deeply attractive. Embracing your independence does not mean you undervalue relationships. It means you value yourself enough to build connections rooted in trust and genuine mutual respect, not dependency. And that is what makes you quietly magnetic in every room you enter. The second habit is to master the art of silent elegance. Sometimes the most powerful statement imaginable is made without a single word. Silent elegance is the ability to carry yourself with grace, poise, and quiet confidence in every situation you encounter. It is about how you move, how you engage with others, and the energy you bring into a space. You do not need to dominate conversations or be the most vocal person present to command genuine attention. Silent elegance speaks entirely for itself. It is subtle, refined, and endlessly captivating. Think of someone who walks into a room with a calm and assured presence. They do not announce their arrival, yet people find themselves unable to look away. This is the essence of silent elegance. It is a combination of composure, thoughtful actions, and respectful behavior. The way you carry yourself creates a lasting impression on people, often far more powerful than anything you could possibly say. It begins with your body language. Confidence is not just expressed through words. It lives in how you stand, how you walk, and how you hold yourself. A relaxed, upright posture, combined with steady, comfortable eye contact, communicates self-assurance without any trace of arrogance. You do not need exaggerated movements or nervous gestures. Simplicity is the key. When your body language radiates calm and control, people are naturally drawn to your presence. Silent elegance is also reflected in your manners. Courteous behavior, greeting others warmly, listening attentively, and being genuinely mindful of how you treat everyone around you demonstrates both respect for others and respect for yourself. It is not about being stiff or overly formal. It is about bringing quiet grace into your daily interactions. People always remember how you made them feel, and silent elegance leaves them feeling respected and genuinely valued. Beyond body language and manners, silent elegance is fundamentally about restraint. In a world overflowing with noise, the capacity to stay calm and composed, especially in difficult situations, is remarkably rare. When others lose their composure, staying collected gives you a quiet, understated power. You do not need to react impulsively or engage in unnecessary conflicts. Instead, you respond thoughtfully, demonstrating that you are in full control of yourself rather than being controlled by the moment. The Stoics believed deeply in the transformative power of composure. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the closer a person comes to a calm mind, the closer they are to true strength. Real elegance lives within that calm. When your actions are deliberate, your words are measured, and your presence is steady, people naturally trust and respect you. They are drawn to those who remain grounded, even when everything around them feels unstable. To cultivate silent elegance, begin with small changes. Pay careful attention to how you carry yourself throughout the day. Are you rushing, tense, or overly reactive? Practice slowing down, standing tall, and breathing deeply. Notice how you interact with others. Are you genuinely listening or simply waiting for your opportunity to speak? Silent elegance grows directly from mindfulness, from being fully present in your interactions and thoughtful in everything you say and do. Work also on refinement. Elegance does not mean perfection. It means consistently bringing your best self forward, whether through subtle personal style, speaking with genuine clarity, or approaching every situation with calm grace. It is these small, consistent efforts that build an aura of quiet sophistication over time. Silent elegance is not about pretending to be someone you are not. It is about embracing who you truly are with calm confidence and showing up completely, not to impress anyone, but to bring your finest energy into every interaction you have. The third habit involves the subtle presence of sophistication. Sometimes the smallest details create the biggest and most lasting impressions. The subtle art of sophistication is one of those quiet, frequently overlooked aspects that can make you genuinely irresistible. It is not about overwhelming the people around you. It is about leaving a faint, refined impression that stays with them. A well-considered personal scent, for instance, reflects attention to detail, personal care, and a quiet sense of elegance, all of which contribute powerfully to silent attractiveness. Think about how many times you have remembered someone simply because of their scent. It is one of the most powerful and instinctive senses we possess. A subtle, pleasant scent creates an entire aura of sophistication without requiring a single spoken word. It is an understated way of communicating that you pay attention to yourself and to the details, and it is in those details that true silent attraction is carefully built. But this is not simply about wearing a fragrance. Sophistication through scent is about balance. Overpowering fragrances can be immediately off-putting, but a light, refined scent, whether it is a signature fragrance or simply the clean and fresh quality that comes from well-maintained personal hygiene, can make people naturally want to be closer to you. It communicates that you pay attention not just to how you appear, but to the unseen details that complete your overall presence. The art of scent goes beyond smell alone. It is about what it represents. Taking the time to choose something that resonates with your personality shows a level of self-awareness and intentionality that people notice. Your scent should enhance your presence, never overpower it. But beyond fragrance, sophistication is also reflected in your overall self-care, your cleanliness, your grooming, and the thoughtful attention you bring to your appearance. These things silently communicate volumes about your self-respect. It is not about vanity. It is about showing that you value yourself enough to present your best self to the world. This quiet confidence, reflected in even the smallest details, creates a lasting impression. The Stoics believed that your external presentation should align with your inner values. Seneca said that your outward appearance should be simple and dignified, reflecting the serenity of your mind. By cultivating a subtle, refined presence through scent and personal care, You project an image of someone who is calm, composed, and genuinely mindful, not through words, but through consistent action. To embody this habit, begin by being more mindful of your daily self-care routine. Choose a scent that feels authentic to who you are. Pay attention to the small details: clean and well-groomed hair, fresh breath, a polished and put-together look. These are not grand gestures, but they speak quietly to those around you, creating an aura of effortless sophistication that people notice and remember. The fourth habit is being fully present. In a world saturated with constant distractions, there is something undeniably captivating about a person who is genuinely and completely present. Being fully present is not just about showing up physically, it is about giving your undivided and wholehearted attention to the moment and to the people you are with. This quiet yet enormously powerful habit makes you stand out, not because you are demanding attention, but because you are offering something that has become increasingly rare: genuine human connection. We have all experienced the frustration of speaking with someone who is only half listening, their eyes drifting toward their phone, or their mind clearly somewhere else entirely. It feels dismissive, as though your words simply do not matter. On the other hand, when someone is fully engaged with you, making eye contact, listening without interrupting, and responding with genuine thoughtfulness, it feels completely different. You feel heard, you feel respected, you feel valued. That is the silent, remarkable power of presence. It draws people in by making them feel genuinely important. Being fully present is not about achieving perfection in every interaction. It is about setting a clear intention. It means resisting the constant urge to check your phone or mentally rehearse what you are about to say next. It means immersing yourself in the conversation and responding with real curiosity about the other person's experience. When you master this habit, you create deeper and more meaningful connections, because people do not just remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel. Stoic philosophy places tremendous emphasis on living in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius wrote to confine yourself to the present. The Stoics believed that true strength and genuine wisdom come from engaging fully with the here and now, rather than being trapped in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. When you are fully present, you are in complete control of your mind, your emotions, and your interactions, making you someone others naturally respect and gravitate toward with ease. Being present also means observing without judgment, noticing the emotions behind someone's words, reading the mood of a room, and picking up on the unspoken signals in a conversation. This level of awareness makes you more perceptive, more empathetic, and far more socially intelligent. And social intelligence combined with genuine presence makes you quietly and powerfully irresistible. To develop this habit, practice mindfulness in your everyday moments. Whether you are having a conversation, enjoying a meal, or simply walking outside, focus entirely on the experience itself. Put away distractions. Listen far more than you speak. Presence is magnetic precisely because it is so rare. In a world that is constantly competing for attention, someone who offers their undivided focus stands out, not by trying to be seen, but by making others feel truly seen. The fifth habit is cultivating a touch of mystery. In a world where oversharing has become completely normalized, there is something profoundly attractive about a person who keeps a meaningful part of themselves private. A touch of mystery is not about being cold or secretive for the sake of it. It is about holding back just enough to naturally spark curiosity in others. It is about knowing when to share and when to leave certain things beautifully unsaid, creating an aura of intrigue that quietly and powerfully draws people toward you. Mystery works because it leaves room for others to wonder. When you reveal absolutely everything about yourself all at once, there is nothing left to discover. But when you keep certain dimensions of your life personal, you invite others to want to understand you more deeply. This is not manipulation. It is simply the natural and timeless allure of the unknown. People are fundamentally wired to be curious, and when you cultivate a degree of mystery around yourself, you become someone they genuinely want to know better. Being mysterious does not mean being fake or playing games with people's emotions. It is about being selective and intentional with what you share. You do not have to broadcast every detail of your life or explain every decision you make. Instead, focus on sharing what feels truly meaningful while keeping other parts of your inner life personal and protected. When you strike this thoughtful balance, you come across as confident, self-assured, and quietly captivating. The Stoics believed deeply in the value of self-restraint, knowing precisely when to speak and when to remain in meaningful silence. Epictetus taught that you should be silent, or let your words be worth more than silence. Mystery works according to the same principle. It is not about withholding for withholding's sake. It is about offering genuine value when you speak, and knowing when silence communicates something far more powerful than words ever could. Cultivating mystery is also expressed through your actions. Leave people with something to consider. Do not always feel the need to explain your decisions or justify your choices. When you make a bold move, let your actions speak entirely for themselves. This quiet confidence signals that you do not require validation. You are comfortable allowing your life to unfold without constant explanation or justification. Another powerful way to develop mystery is by living a layered and rich life. Be the kind of person who has real depth, genuine interests, deep passions, and clear values that are not immediately obvious to everyone who meets you. When people spend time getting to know you, they should feel as though they are peeling back layers and discovering new dimensions of who you are over time. This makes every interaction with you more engaging, more memorable, and far more meaningful. The sixth habit is cultivating cultural wisdom. There is something undeniably attractive about a person who carries themselves with quiet confidence and a genuine broad understanding of the world around them. Cultivating cultural wisdom means developing an open and curious mind, embracing diverse perspectives, and enriching your conversations with insights that go well beyond the surface level. It is not about displaying how much you know. It is about being someone who listens, who continues learning, and who offers thoughtful perspectives precisely when the moment calls for them. Cultural wisdom is not limited to knowing facts about different countries or speaking multiple languages. It is about being genuinely curious about people's experiences, their traditions, and their unique points of view. It shows that you are someone who does not live in a comfortable bubble, but actively seeks to understand the world beyond your immediate environment. This broader awareness adds tremendous depth to your character, making you someone who can engage meaningfully in almost any conversation. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen, heard, and genuinely understood. When you cultivate cultural wisdom, you become exactly that kind of person. You develop real empathy for different ways of living, which allows you to connect authentically with people from every walk of life. This quiet understanding makes you both approachable and deeply respected, without any need to dominate conversations. Rather than pushing your own views, you offer insights that invite genuine reflection and meaningful dialogue. The Stoics believed strongly in the importance of understanding the world and one's place within it. Marcus Aurelius wrote to look beneath the surface and to not be misled by outward appearances. Cultivating cultural wisdom allows you to look deeper, not just at people, but at life itself. It gives you the ability to navigate complex social situations with genuine ease, because your thinking is not rigid. You have learned to see things from multiple angles, which makes you adaptable, thoughtful, and quietly compelling to be around. To develop cultural wisdom, begin broadening your horizons intentionally. Read books that genuinely challenge your existing perspectives. Engage in real conversations with people whose life experiences differ significantly from your own. Travel when you can, or explore different cultures through documentaries, literature, and thoughtful online resources. The goal is not to become a walking encyclopedia of facts. It is to become someone who deeply appreciates the extraordinary richness of human experience in all its forms. The seventh habit is the heartbeat of compassion. In a fast-paced world where everyone seems to be rushing toward something, pausing to show genuine empathy and sincere kindness sets you profoundly apart from everyone else. Compassion is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, yet its impact runs remarkably deep. It is the silent heartbeat that makes people feel safe, understood, and genuinely valued in your presence. While many try to win others over through charm or impressive displays, true and lasting attraction comes from being someone who listens carefully, who cares deeply, and who offers warmth without any expectation of receiving something in return. Compassion is rarely found in grand, sweeping gestures. It lives in the small things: a genuinely thoughtful word at exactly the right moment, a warm and sincere smile, a patient ear offered to someone who simply needs to be heard and acknowledged. When you demonstrate real compassion, you radiate a quiet strength that draws people naturally toward you. Why? Because genuine kindness is genuinely rare. In a world where so many interactions have become transactional and self-serving, being someone who gives without expecting anything in return makes you stand out in the most profound and meaningful way imaginable. People are naturally attracted to those who make them feel understood rather than judged. Compassion creates a bridge between human beings, allowing you to connect with others on a deep emotional level and fostering real trust and genuine closeness. It is not about solving people's problems for them or always having the perfect thing to say. It is about being present and showing that you care. That simple act of genuine presence leaves a lasting impression that is far more powerful than any polished speech. The Stoics, often mistakenly perceived as advocates for cold emotional detachment, actually emphasized empathy and kindness as essential human virtues. Marcus Aurelius wrote to be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Stoic compassion is not about being passive or easily manipulated. It is about understanding the genuine struggles of others while maintaining your own inner strength. When you approach life with this balanced mindset, you become someone others naturally feel drawn to, not because you solve their difficulties, but because your presence offers something deeply valuable: calm, comfort, and real understanding. Cultivating compassion does not mean allowing others to take advantage of your kindness. It means finding a sustainable and healthy balance, being genuinely kind without becoming a pushover, being truly empathetic without absorbing everyone else's burdens as your own. Compassion begins with listening, not to formulate your response, but to truly understand another person's experience. Ask yourself honestly whether you are someone who makes others feel genuinely seen and valued. Compassion is a habit that can absolutely be cultivated and deepened over time. The eighth habit is finding laughter and genuine joy. Very few qualities are as universally attractive as a person who radiates authentic joy and knows how to laugh with complete ease. Laughter is a universal human connector, capable of breaking down the most stubborn barriers and making even the most serious situations feel a little lighter. When you cultivate the daily habit of finding joy in life's moments, both large and small, you naturally become someone that others genuinely want to be around. Why? Because your presence brings a sense of warmth and lightness that is both refreshing and deeply magnetic to experience. Life is undeniably full of challenges, and everyone faces their share of genuine hardships and struggles. But when you develop the capacity to find humor even within difficult situations, you demonstrate a powerful resilience, a quality that quietly commands deep respect from everyone around you. It is not about being the noisiest person in any room or constantly seeking to be the center of attention. It is about carrying an inner sense of genuine joy that puts the people around you at ease and makes them feel welcome. Stoicism, so often mischaracterized as a philosophy of grim seriousness, actually actively encourages exactly this kind of mindset. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control what happens to us in the external world, we absolutely can control how we choose to respond to those events. Epictetus famously taught that it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that ultimately matters. Choosing to respond to life's inevitable unpredictability with a genuine sense of humor is an act of quiet, inner strength. It shows that you are in real command of your emotions rather than being commanded by them. Laughter also has a remarkable ability to create deep and genuinely memorable connections between people. Think about it. How many of your closest and most treasured friendships were strengthened and deepened through shared laughter? Humor builds authentic trust. It creates a genuine sense of belonging. It makes people feel comfortable and accepted in your presence because they know that they do not have to be perfect to be welcomed. When you can laugh at yourself and at life's endless quirks and surprises, you become approachable, relatable, and quietly irresistible. To develop this habit, start paying close attention to the small moments of joy that appear in your daily life. When something genuinely makes you smile, lean into that feeling. Share a light-hearted observation or a funny moment with the people around you. Learn to laugh at your own mistakes, not in a way that dismisses your genuine effort, but in a way that reminds everyone, including yourself, that you are human and that you are genuinely okay with that. When others see that you do not take yourself too seriously, they will feel more relaxed and open in your presence, and that is where real and lasting connection begins. The ninth habit is the art of self-care. There is a quiet and undeniable magnetism in someone who truly and consistently takes care of themselves, not out of vanity or self-obsession, but out of genuine and deep respect for their own well-being. Self-care is far more than a pleasant daily routine. It is a statement that you make to yourself and to the world. It silently communicates that you value yourself, your body, and your mind, and that you are willing to invest the necessary time and energy in maintaining all three. This habit makes you attractive in a way that goes far beyond physical appearances. It projects real self-respect, genuine balance, and quiet inner strength that people can feel immediately. When you consistently prioritize your own well-being, you send a clear and powerful message to the world. I respect myself enough to prioritize my health and my happiness. This quiet confidence naturally draws people in, not because you are seeking anyone's attention, but because people are inherently and naturally drawn to those who exude genuine vitality and inner balance. Self-care is not about endless pampering or indulgence. It is about consistently doing the things that keep you grounded, energized, and genuinely at peace within yourself. The foundation of meaningful self-care begins with physical well-being. A person who takes genuine care of their body through regular movement, proper nutrition, and adequate rest projects a silent but powerful message of personal discipline and deep self-respect. You do not need to achieve any particular physical ideal, but maintaining a healthy lifestyle demonstrates clearly that you take full responsibility for your own well-being. When others observe that you genuinely respect your body, it creates an unspoken admiration that they may not always be able to articulate, but that they certainly feel. But self-care is not limited to the physical body. It encompasses your mental and emotional well-being as well. Life is genuinely stressful, and everyone faces real and ongoing challenges. However, those who practice consistent self-care develop habits that help them manage stress with greater skill and resilience, whether through meditation, journaling, creative expression, or simply allowing themselves real time to unwind and recover. This mental clarity produces a calm and composed presence that others can sense and are naturally drawn toward. The Stoics believed deeply in maintaining balance and inner harmony. Seneca wrote that a sound mind in a sound body is the shortest and most complete description of a truly happy state. Practicing meaningful self-care aligns perfectly with this enduring Stoic wisdom. When you genuinely care for both your mind and your body, you cultivate a state of real balance that makes you not only feel significantly better, but also become more genuinely attractive to those around you. You radiate calm, control, and quiet inner strength. Self-care also necessarily involves setting healthy and clear personal boundaries. It means knowing when to say no with confidence, when to rest without guilt, and when to prioritize your own genuine needs over the endless external demands that life constantly places on you. People who respect themselves enough to maintain clear boundaries are consistently more attractive, not because they are unavailable or distant, but because they know their own worth and honor it consistently. The 10th habit is developing emotional intelligence and social awareness. There is something effortlessly magnetic about a person who genuinely and deeply understands the emotions of those around them. Emotional intelligence and social awareness are among the most powerful yet consistently undervalued habits you can develop to become silently attractive. It is not about manipulating situations or attempting to control outcomes. It is about knowing how to read a room accurately, how to respond to people's emotions with genuine care, and how to navigate social interactions with real grace and authentic empathy. At its core, emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and thoughtfully manage your own emotions, while also remaining genuinely attuned to the emotions of the people around you. Imagine being in a tense and difficult situation where everyone around you is on edge. The emotionally intelligent person does not add fuel to that fire. Instead, they stay calm, observe carefully, and respond with genuine thoughtfulness. This quiet composure naturally makes them someone that other people deeply respect and instinctively look to for steady guidance and reassurance. People consistently remember how you made them feel far more vividly than they remember what you actually said. When you practice real emotional intelligence, you create a space where people feel genuinely seen, truly heard, and deeply understood. You are not trying to dominate conversations or forcefully prove your point. You are listening carefully, engaging authentically, and responding in ways that naturally foster real connection. This subtle yet profoundly powerful habit makes you genuinely memorable, not because you demanded anyone's attention, but because your presence made others feel genuinely and deeply valued in a way that is rare and precious. Social awareness, on the other hand, is the specific ability to pick up on social cues accurately and adapt your behavior accordingly. It means knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to step forward and when to graciously step back. The Stoics placed great and lasting importance on self-mastery and on genuinely understanding others. Epictetus taught that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Social awareness allows you to do exactly that. It helps you engage meaningfully and generously without overwhelming or inadvertently dominating any conversation or social situation. Developing emotional intelligence begins with honest and consistent self-awareness. Ask yourself how you typically react when you find yourself in emotionally charged situations. The goal is never to suppress your emotions entirely, but to respond to them in a measured and balanced way. When you are genuinely aware of your own triggers and have learned how to manage them skillfully, you naturally exude a quiet confidence that people find deeply attractive. You are not easily rattled by external events, and that steady stability is something others naturally and powerfully gravitate toward. The 11th habit is consistency and reliability. Very few qualities are as quietly and powerfully attractive as consistency and genuine reliability. In a world where people routinely overpromise and consistently underdeliver, being someone who can truly be counted on, who follows through on every commitment they make, and who shows up genuinely and fully when it matters most, sets you apart in the most meaningful way imaginable. It is not about flashy displays or constantly seeking outside recognition. It is about building deep and lasting trust through steady, reliable actions repeated day after day, without ever needing to make a production of it or draw attention to your own dependability. Consistency creates a genuine sense of stability within all of your relationships and interactions. When people know with confidence that they can truly rely on you, whether for honest advice, genuine emotional support, or simply the knowledge that you will keep your word, it naturally fosters a quiet and profound respect that grows stronger over time. You do not ever have to announce your own dependability loudly. It is demonstrated through your consistent actions over months and years. This reliability builds a solid and enduring reputation. People will come to associate you with someone who does not waver when circumstances become difficult, someone they can genuinely turn to in moments of uncertainty and need. Reliability is absolutely not about achieving perfection in all things. It is about consistently showing up, even when it is genuinely inconvenient to do so. It is about being the kind of person who, when they say they are going to do something, actually follows through and does it. Consider how genuinely rare that quality is in today's world. So many people cancel plans at the last minute, make promises they have no real intention of keeping, or only show up and contribute when it directly benefits them in some way. When you consistently do what you say you will do, you naturally stand out, not because you are loud or dramatic about it, but because you are steady and completely trustworthy. Stoicism places tremendous and consistent emphasis on personal discipline and on living fully according to one's principles. Marcus Aurelius advised not to waste time arguing endlessly about what a good person should be, but simply to be one. Consistency is the living embodiment of that profound idea. You do not need to talk endlessly about your values. Live them authentically and completely, and the people around you will see them reflected in everything you do. The quiet strength of being genuinely dependable creates a kind of silent magnetism that is both rare and deeply admired. People trust you, they respect you, and they genuinely want to be around you because they know with certainty that you are grounded and real. Consistency also reflects a deep and genuine form of self-respect. When you are truly reliable, you are not merely keeping commitments to other people, you are honoring commitments to yourself as well, whether that means showing up faithfully for your personal goals, maintaining your positive habits, or staying true to your deepest values, even when no one is watching. Being consistent in how you live builds your quiet inner confidence, and that understated confidence is profoundly attractive precisely because it is not forced or performed. It is earned through real and repeated action over time. True attractiveness is not about being the loudest voice, the most flashy presence, or the most visually striking person in any room. It is about cultivating habits that quietly and powerfully speak for themselves. Habits that make people feel drawn to you without ever being able to fully explain why. Throughout this episode, we have explored 11 socially attractive habits, each rooted in calm confidence, genuine inner strength, and authentic human connection. When you embrace your authentic independence, you communicate powerfully that you respect yourself and do not rely on outside approval for your sense of worth. By mastering silent elegance, you create an aura of quiet grace that captivates without requiring any words at all. Through subtle sophistication in your personal care, you demonstrate attention to detail and genuine self-respect. Being fully present in your interactions allows you to forge connections that are deeper and more meaningful than most people ever experience. A touch of carefully cultivated mystery leaves people genuinely intrigued and wanting to know you better. Developing cultural wisdom broadens your mind and your heart, making every conversation you have richer and more genuinely engaging for everyone involved. Compassion, authentic humor, consistent self-care, emotional intelligence, and reliable consistency. Each of these 11 habits adds a significant and meaningful layer to your quiet personal magnetism. Together, they create a presence that is calm, composed, and effortlessly attractive to everyone you encounter. The beauty of these habits is that they do not require you to become a fundamentally different person. They invite you to become more deeply and authentically aligned with the very best version of who you already are. Silent attraction is not about demanding anyone's attention. It is about becoming someone who naturally and organically inspires genuine respect and real admiration in others. It is not about being perfect in all things. It is about being real, being intentional, and showing up fully and completely in every single moment that life gives you. When you cultivate these habits over time, you do not merely enhance how others see you, you fundamentally transform how you see yourself. You begin to carry yourself with a quiet and unshakable assurance, knowing deep within that you are enough, exactly as you are. In the end, true and lasting attractiveness is rooted in genuine self-respect and deeply intentional living. You do not need to be loud to leave a lasting impression on the people you meet. You do not need to chase anyone's approval to earn genuine admiration. When you live authentically, with clear purpose and quiet confidence, people will naturally be drawn to you, not because you are trying to be noticed, but because your presence offers something that is increasingly and profoundly rare in this world: genuine calm, real connection, and authentic human depth. So, as you move forward from this moment, reflect honestly on these 11 habits. Which ones speak most powerfully to you? Which single habit could you begin cultivating today? Remember that meaningful change is never about making dramatic overnight transformations. It is about taking small, intentional, and consistent steps that quietly but powerfully reshape your entire presence over time. Thank you sincerely for listening. If this episode moved or inspired you in any meaningful way, take a quiet moment to reflect on how you might begin weaving these habits into your daily life. Stay true to yourself, keep growing, and let your quiet confidence speak louder than any words you could ever say. Until we meet again, stay grounded, stay intentional, and keep becoming the very best version of yourself.